No, I don't give a shit. Just take the body to the regular place and get it the fuck out of here. Hi.
I'm still alive. It's not my body. It's not my body.
Ready?
Yep.
This episode of Double Tap is brought to you by Polymer 80, Franklin Armory, Nutrient Survival Institute, and Patriot Patch Co.
Welcome to Double Tap, episode 221. Your host tonight, Jeremy Derek. We got Aaron Krieger. My name is Sean Heron. And, you know, what we always say, welcome to the show, all that, whatever. Don't give a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, we're tired. Oh, Savage 1 hour isn't even here.
Seriously, I need a nap.
Dude.
Show's over. Go to bed.
I need like 5 naps. Holy shit. Yeah. We'll talk more about it in the other show, but we are all very, very tired. Very tired.
Sleepy.
Wow. And gassy. We're all very gassy.
Oh, man, I had heartburn on the drive back home.
Bad. Dude, I did too. I think it's from all the whiskey.
I bought Pepto tablets, which are horrible. At least when you drink it, that chalky pink nastiness, at least it just goes down and you can like rinse your mouth out. No, those fucking tablets stick in your teeth worse than fucking potato chips. And it was just there.
What if they made potato chips out of that? That would be...
I'd kill somebody. I would kill whoever invented that in front of their parents and children.
Yeah. What if their parents are already dead?
What if their parents are their children?
They live in
people to round up.
Yeah, there you go. They live in Arkansas. Is that what we're saying?
I have no idea. There's a mistake between a condom and a time machine.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna go grab Uncle Daddy and Sister Aunt.
I don't know. I'm like too tired to even really think of a thing here. Aaron, who are we talking about first?
Today, Sean, on our glorious show, we will talk about Polymer 80 first.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, you know, people can go to welikeshooting.com/advertisers and they can leave us reviews of the companies that advertise with us. And we will actually read them on the show. This week, it's all from Kevin C. And about Polymer 80, he says that I have one, haven't built it yet, but I have held it. And I love the grip angle they use when compared to the Glock grip angle. And I agree. I actually shoot it better. So that's a real thing. Toby C says, glad to see Jeremy didn't leave Aaron in a ditch on their bonding voyage. My mind read that out of my peripheral and it said bondage voyage.
And you realize it's not the first time me and Aaron have like drove somewhere together.
We've
no,
all.
I mean, just me and him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah,
We've all spent a lot of time with Aaron in the car.
Yeah, I mean, I went to watch Jeremy shoot long range with Lil. We drove down to Ohio.
Yeah. You went to a shooting competition where you also got to watch Jeremy shoot.
We drove to the bullpup shoot.
Yeah, we've done a lot of road trips.
Yeah, and then Aaron's still alive, which makes me believe even more that he can't be killed.
Just no, you know what? I
know the secret.
It's a natural camouflage when we're together. I just don't say anything. I like blend into the furniture. I'm like an abused child sitting in the back seat. Please don't hit me, sir.
You're like Danny DeVito in the couch in Always Sunny.
No, I never watched that show.
What? Okay, first of all, go fix yourself because that show's amazing. Second of all, go buy Polymer 80 at polymer80.com and use coupon code WLS is life. And this is the time where we talk about the wacky weapons that Aaron finds on the internet. And Aaron, what have you found on the internet for us today?
Well, this one I actually got to shoot this weekend. We'll go into more details of what we shot this weekend, but this is just one of the things. And it was Othias had this. It was his rolling block 7mm rifle.
Oh yeah, the 7mm Mauser.
Yeah, it
was.
What
was it? A Mauser?
It was 7mm
Mauser cartridge. Yeah.
I believe it was a Remington of some sort. I don't know which brand.
It was a rolling block, but I don't remember if it was a Remington rolling block or not. I don't know. He told me what the model was, and I don't recall.
I think it was like R428 something. There's a 2 in there, and there's an R in there. Anyhow,
was there a 9er?
No, fuck off on the Niner, dude. Honestly, I got enough of your Niner all weekend. Niner? No, there is no Niner. It's the
We
alphabet.
slept in the same room. Did you get enough of my Niner?
Whoa.
So what's interesting about a rolling block is it's breech loaded, which means the back of the barrel is exposed. You put your cartridge in. And you
Aaron,
yeah,
you know all modern firearms are breech load, right?
not like this though.
Yeah, they are. Your Glock is a breech loaded gun.
Okay, so this is an exposed breech load. So you actually can see the rear of the barrel. You put your bullet into the chamber, and then you flip the rear of the chamber closed, and then it's ready to fire. The hammer's already cocked back once you pull the breech forward, or the back end. The rolling block is why the term comes from, the rolling block. And you shoot it, and then you pull the rolling block back after you fire, and it actually extracts the bullet halfway out, so you can remove it and put another shot in, single shot.
My favorite part is after I shot it every time, I would just
throw the cartridge on the ground.
throw the cartridge on the ground. And then after about 4, I looked back and Othias was like looking annoyed. And then I was like, oh, 7mm Mauser brass is probably not really super easy to find and get and cheap.
No, it's not.
I felt a little bit guilty about that, but he got them all, so it was fine. At least I didn't like chuck it downrange or something, because I think he would have actually made me go get it.
Yeah, I mean, you were just. I'm like, and I actually picked it up for the first time and handed it to him. I thought you saw me, and I assumed that you would understand what I'm doing.
No, I just shot that. I just threw it right down on the ground. Happy birthday to the ground. So the Wikipedia article says one of the most successful single-shot weapons ever developed about the Remington rolling block rifle. Strong and simple, very reliable, not prone to be jammed by dirt or rough usage. It was based in part on the split breech action produced by Remington during the United States Civil War. So that's actually pretty cool. It was fun. Jeremy, did you shoot it?
Yeah, I shot it.
What'd you think?
I've shot rolling blocks before. I like all that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, rolling blocks were about the same time as like the drop block. Well, they were actually a little early. I want to say that was the Remington rolling block was 18. Shit. I'm going to screw this up. 1860s, I want to say.
1865.
Okay. And then I think it was a little bit earlier than like the Sharps and the drop blocks. I think those came out a little bit later, and those did actually have the rolling blocks were fine, but the drop blocks had a stronger action, which is where you started seeing bigger cartridges. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, they're quick. They're quick for the era.
Yeah, they were. It felt solid. It was fun. It looked good. Othias always has great.
It was like a weird military contract for like Argentina or some shit, wasn't it? Is that what he said?
Yeah,
and it had a Saddleman's carbine. It was a Saddleman's carbine with a saddle ring on the side of it, so you could literally lash it to your saddle. Like that was the funniest part to me. Like it was this single shot rolling block in a older but like fairly common modern Spitzer bullet military cartridge.
And it shot. I mean, like,
and it was in this 1860s fucking like what the fuck?
No, it was cool. It looks like
I forget. He told me the whole thing about it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know specifically about that one, but for these kind, the first sale was 12,000 rifles in 1857 at the Paris Exposition to the United States Navy, but it also became the standard military rifle of Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, and many other nations, or several nations.
Speaking of interesting old rifles, what was that rifle we saw in the parking lot that the Marines stole?
Oh, that was that revolving magazine. What was it, Jeremy?
Which one?
The one in the parking lot?
Anvil Gunsmithing had in the parking lot at the tailgate of the truck. The one with the
yeah. That was fuck. I don't remember the name of it. You put it on the spot, and now it's completely out of my head.
God,
it was a 30-06.
Oh, it was automatic. It was a number 4, so it was an Enfield number 4.
Oh, you're talking about the Enfield.
No, I want the other one. The
semi-automatic one.
Yeah, he had 2 guns. He did have an Enfield there.
Yeah, it was a short stroke reciprocating barrel, internal magazine fed 30-06. That was like an early. It was like before the Garand.
And they sold like they made like what was it, 14,000 of them?
They
But
just made a fuck ton of them, but like never sold any of them.
well, he sold them, but they couldn't get to him because the war broke out and they couldn't get to him. So the
Right,
Marines were
the
Marines were like
behind German lines, and then Marines found them in a fucking warehouse and were like, mine.
right. And he was saying that the barrel would come out real quick, so that the Marines could just have it stored, and then they could come out and just throw the barrel on, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, 19 seconds is what he said it took to deploy it. So they basically parachute in and then pull it out of the backpack, assemble it, and it was 9 seconds, or maybe it was 19. I don't remember, but very quickly, like me. Yeah. So it was actually pretty cool. There's some other stuff that we'll talk about a little bit later, but yeah, awesome.
I'm gonna have to find this fucking thing, or it's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, the Rotary magazine, right? That's the one you're looking for.
Was it Rotary? I know it was internal.
It was an internal Rotary magazine. Yeah, I remember that because I was like, that is actually really cool. So while Jeremy looks for that,
Johnson, 1941 Johnson automatic rifle.
Okay.
M1941. So yeah, an M1941 Johnson automatic rifle. Super weird looking fucking gun. Actually, it is a video of Iraq vet 8888 shooting it at a table 10 years ago. Wow, he looks way younger. Yeah, I guess we all would. Yeah, M1941.
All right, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen here for those that are watching. If not, you can Google M1941 Johnson rifle. Let me just make sure my porn is closed. Yep, there we go. So yeah, there's that Rotary magazine. And then he said you could top it off too and put like a stripper clip in the top and pop the last couple of rounds in there and then pull the clip out.
Yeah. And the barrel. Yeah. And you could actually have it chambered with the barrel out, which is pretty slick.
Mm-hmm.
And then just put the barrel in, you're good to go. GTG, bruh.
Yeah.
Good game.
It was very ass slap.
Whoa.
It was very interesting. By interesting.
Whoa.
Dang, I was into that music for a minute. Aaron, who are we talking about next?
Well, today, Sean, on the We Like Shootings Double Tap, we'll be talking about Franklin Armory.
The We Like Shootings Double Tap.
Okay, said the guy who said weird stuff before the show.
Said what?
Pacific.
I said specific, and you said specific.
Specifically, you said Pacific.
Who next?
Franklin
Armory.
Who's Franklin that? Package, liquor package.
Never heard of him.
We were there. Franklin Armory, man. Binary. Yeah. Hey, did you see they're going to court hard, full court press, literally on the Type 1 or whatever, that rifle, the Churro gun, or the non-rifled barrel.
Title 1.
What's that?
Title 1.
Title 1. Thank you. Yes, they're really pushing that one hard, which is pretty impressive. Good for them.
Yeah, that is good. And they also, so the California DOJ basically added some changes, but then put out specific guidance that no one is allowed to use the changes that they put in. And they're trying to moot Franklin Armory's case against them because now they've put it in the drop down. So Franklin Armory's case is basically like, oh, no one can pick our stuff that's approved on the roster because it's not in the drop down. So California put it in the drop down and then issued guidance that no one is absolutely under any circumstances allowed to use that when they sell guns to people. So they want to moot it by saying, oh no, it's there. But then by putting out that guidance, no one can actually use it. So it's super annoying. I don't know what the hell their problem is. But Franklin Armory is a good fighter for the 2A, especially in California and everywhere, really. And they make great, amazing binary triggers that I've actually had tons of fun with. So go check them out. Franklin Armory, coupon code WLS10 saves you money.
Burn when you pee? Unsure about your relationship? Why can't you use 45 in a 9mm? Get your questions answered on #DearWLS. Visit WeLikeShooting.com/DearWLS to submit your questions.
Matt C in the chat just said, Sean, I know you're tired, but I'm going to need you to fly out to Knob Creek this weekend, LMAO. Actually, funny story. We were going to go to Wichita, then coming back home, then going to Georgia, then I had decided that I was going to take the RV to Knob Creek since it was the last one right after that. But when the RV broke down, that plan went to hell and I ain't flying nowhere.
Yeah, after what happened, I don't blame you.
Yeah. It was a long travel weekend, really, all things considered. But this is where we answer questions, not complain about things.
All right, let's do it.
Aaron, why don't you take the first one?
Oh, we got to read them because I'm like tired, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Matt J asks or says, or maybe he asks. I don't know yet. We'll find out.
He's like, what's up?
Hey, fellas. So yeah, hey, what's up? So he says, hey, fellas. So he's asking a question, or he's just making a statement. Hey, fellas. I'm going to be finishing up my associate's degree from SDI soon. How soon? How old is this fucking thing? He may be done.
We are tired, huh? I can't read.
And I'm curious if you guys have any ideas for some cool jobs / companies to look into for gainful employment. I don't think I really want to start a gunsmithing shop in my apartment as I live in California, but I could use a good reason to move out of the state. Thanks. I love the show. Well, Matt, I'm glad you asked that question.
Gunjobs.com.
There it is.
That's a place I would start. Get your foot in the door with the company, or go to local gun stores and just start hanging out and don't leave until they let you touch things. That sounds like a bad idea, actually. But yeah, like just get involved in the community or look at gun jobs or LinkedIn. I know there's tons of gun people on LinkedIn, like become acquaintances of theirs or contacts on LinkedIn and whatever. But let's see. He says that he lives in California.
Is he unaware like the entire country is hurting for employees and everybody's paying like buku dollars to get staffing?
I do believe that he might be. Yes.
I mean, because if not, you're a fucking idiot, Matt J. And you
Whoa.
need to. Well, I'm just saying, if you're unaware of that, like that's a thing that's going on right now. You can literally go to any state in the fucking union, almost pick your salary, and get a fucking job. About anywhere.
I don't think you could pick your own salary because
Well,
if
we're hurting for
But
money.
you can't pick your own
Yeah.
nose.
what
What was that?
Where are these jobs where I can pick my own salary? Because that sounds pretty cool.
right?
Oh, you have to actually have people skills, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick is on the phone?
Yeah, Nick is on the phone. I didn't even know. Scared the shit out of me, bro.
Gross.
I've been here the whole time.
We thought you were dead, honestly.
I have been here for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
We hoped.
I don't even know. That just freaked me out. Well, welcome, Nick. We're glad you're here.
Welcome. Thank you.
Don't welcome me. I've been here.
Right? Apparently he has too. So maybe he got here
apparently he
before
has
us.
to. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now.
What just happened right now?
Hey, Nick, do you have the show notes up?
I do have the show notes up.
The next question's yours, buddy.
Okay. That's Dustin G, correct?
Yes, sir.
Dustin G says, before I get to my question, it's time for Aaron to STFU about the 6mm GT. It's a PRS cartridge. It's not really to take the place of your 6.5 raccoon murdering Creedmoor, although something probably should. It's designed to bridge the gap between the inefficient, and it says greater than 30% more power, or is that less than 30% more power? I don't know.
Greater.
Greater than.
And then less than 10% more velocity cartridges like the 6mm Creedmoor, XC, and Lapua, and the shitty feeding of the bench rest variants that are so short. It's like loading light 30-30 projectiles in a 300 blackout. Many in the world of PRS also believe Verget to be the greatest powder ever, but it doesn't work the best in larger cases. Not sure what the actual results have been, but that's the intent anyway. We'll always be looking for that next best thing, and every so often, we find something more suited to kill a raccoon. So if I were to design a cartridge for Aaron, what would it be?
I think it would be like that little tiny, like 22 caliber cartridge and the big, huge, like 50 BMG necked down case.
Oh.
The Irga and Loudon Boom or whatever.
The thing would just it wouldn't even shoot. It would just be like it would just spin itself out.
No, it would Kentucky ballistics the shit out of you.
No, the bullet would.
It doesn't accomplish anything. It just makes a lot of noise. Is that what
Basically,
you're trying to say, Sean?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say about Aaron?
I mean, basically, yes.
That seems rude.
All right, so first of all, and this is why I was bitching about that cartridge, okay, the 6mm GT, because we've had so many 6mm cartridges come out this year. Sean, how many different barrels do you have for 6mm? You've got Creedmoor, you've got Grendel, you've got Arc, you have Valkyrie.
That's 224.
Okay, I'm sorry. But it still sucks, right? The Valkyrie, because everyone's like talking about, let's move the Valkyrie because it's fucking amazing, and you had shit time with it.
Oh no, it was fucking awful. Like there's some people that had the Gunfather Precision. Like he had great success with it. I think Josh A did well with 224, or maybe it was Eric. I don't remember. Eric S.
But the point is, there's a lot of cartridges out there, just these Wildcats that are just pick one. Because I don't want to have to change my barrel and my action and my reaming every other year. I want something that's efficient. I want something that's good. I mean, we're at the point where we should be able to establish a good cartridge.
You know, I agree in a way. Like, I think that people should make whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want to. And if they want to do it, and if it's like PRS specific and they want to figure out a way to get like better performance and do cooler things, that's great. Like, we don't have to jump on these. I just thought 224 Valkyrie was interesting and I wanted to try it. And then I tried it and I was like, well, this is really, really lame. I hate it.
Honestly, the thing for me is you would think there was enough data. There's enough data and there's enough real world experience that you could literally get a program to just create like the most efficient cartridge out there. Like, you would think there's enough fucking data for a computer to just be like beep 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 boom.
But there's not. Like,
fastest velocity with the least amount of powder with whatever parameters that you want into it. And
I don't think there is, though, because it depends on your barrel.
I didn't say there was. I said I'm surprised there's not.
Yeah, but I think there's just too many variables that are unknown, that have an unknown effect, because you could have the same barrel from the same factory made the same day and end up with two separate loads out of it.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the most efficient cartridge, not the one that's going to shoot best in your gun. But like, we keep trying to like build a better golf game, a flatter bullet that's a flatter, faster bullet with higher ballistic coefficient with blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But at the same time, like, if they want to do that and they want to create these crazy Wildcat rounds, that's like totally fine. And if those Wildcat rounds pick up a little bit of, public appeal, that's even better.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I'm saying mathematically, one of them has to be the most efficient.
Right.
And I would like to know which one that is.
Nick F says, "Oh my God, I want innovation. Oh my God, that's too many different choices." No, I understand what you're saying, Nick. What I want is, I love innovation. I love the idea of innovation, but I don't want to be your guinea pig. I don't want to be the guy who's out there buying the first year car, that's going to have all the issues. I want it to be established. I want it to be figured out.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Yeah,
then don't. Yeah,
well, I don't.
Like,
that's
think about something that you don't have to do at all.
But I can still bitch about it. Don't. I can still be like, oh,
that's my right as an American.
Right, I have that right. I earned it. It's my freedom. It's actually number 1 on the freedom list. So.
I mean, just because it's your right and you're free to do it doesn't mean that you should.
Well,
it's obnoxious.
Hold on.
I'm not being obnoxious about it. I'm being honest about it. I just think that it should be established at this point.
But then you're basically just go ahead, Nick.
There are a bunch of established cartridges. Like, if that's what you want, then go get like something that shoots a fucking NATO cartridge and be cool.
I am cool. I'm super cool.
To be fair, Aaron, better steels, better manufacturing processes, just all of that stuff means that we can do things with cartridges now that we couldn't do back then. Different bullet. Do you know how much bullet technology has changed in 20 years?
Oh, I'm sure.
Leaps and bounds, dude. Yeah. Like, there's probably been more bullet innovation in the last 20 years than there was in the last 120 years before that.
Yeah.
Like, they figured out a Spitzer bullet in like late 1800s, early 1900s, and we just kind of went along with that till like 2005.
Yeah, and like I'm glad that they're doing it, because someday someone's going to find a cooler thing that gets us that extra little bit of performance, and then we can make a decision to go do that thing and adopt that cartridge if we so choose. And that's what I did with 224. I knew it was risky. I knew that they hadn't really figured out twist rates on barrels yet. I knew a lot of things, and we even hand loaded for it, and it just never went well. But then 6mm arc, on the other hand, we shot at 1,000 recently, and it did great out of an AR-15. And I think that was pretty exciting. And if we didn't innovate, if they didn't try the 6mm arc and try to get there, and honestly, would 6mm arc have even happened if 224 Valkyrie wasn't a thing? And if 224 Valkyrie hadn't failed, would 6mm arc be what it is today? And like, I think but
do you think you could have got to the arc without the Valkyrie, or without mass producing Valkyrie and then selling it?
I don't know. And someone made the 224 Valkyrie, and then some companies adopted it and thought it was a cool thing, and they put they put it out and made ammo for it, and then we all realized it kind of sucked. And that's just the way it was. But I made the choice to get into 224 Valkyrie. No one forced me. I knew that it was a new cartridge.
It's weird. Me and the guys at the shop will sit down and be like, it'd be really cool if somebody took blah 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 and kind of blah 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 blah. So then we go look, and you're like, yeah, somebody did that. Like Simpsons did it. It's really what it feels like. But yeah, like you're like, be like, I was sitting around a shop one day, and I was like, we were talking about 357 SIG. It was right after Big Dick Jack Wilson fucking canoed that bro in the church.
Yeah.
And I was like, it'd be really cool if somebody stuck a 9mm bullet in a 10 mil, because 40 short and weak. 9x23 Dylan. So, or 25 Dylan, 25 or 23.
I don't know.
It's 9x23 or 9x25 Dylan.
I think it's 9x23. That
okay.
Sounds more right to me, but I don't know.
So we were like, that's that. And then when 350 Legend came out, Tony was like, this is it. And I was like, what? And he goes, I thought about this cartridge 30 years ago. I just had no idea what a straight walled 5.56 would end, a 223 brass would end up being. He goes, but I had thought about this cartridge 30 years ago. I'm like, you should have made it.
See, here's what I want. I want a 40.1 or 41mm projectile that explodes upon impact.
They have that.
No, they have 40mm. Let's make it 41. Let's just change everything because it's more effective.
Just make it in a frozen machine shop and then take it to the desert.
Yeah. Aaron, like I hear what you're saying, but that's just like really arbitrary, right? They're not just doing that to create a cartridge. They're doing it to eke performance gains out. And yeah,
it's the same reason my rock chucker exists.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, those rounds never get heard of by the general public. They're wildcats. 47 people in the world have the exact same cartridge that they all thought up independently, because that's what happens. People in that business, and then every now and again somebody knows somebody at Hornady, and they're like, this cartridge I made is pretty fucking cool. Like,
yeah. What about
and I understand, like NASCAR to me is okay. Hang on one second, Nick. Like, I understand NASCAR gonna changing out the car just a little bit, making it a little bit better. Same idea with the thing for PRS, but these aren't just PRS rifles coming out here, or parts. They're parts for the general public, like me. Like, if I go out and buy all these parts and then find out that the round was, you bought all this shit, but guess what, we just made it better. I'm like, fuck, I just spent all this money on this stuff, and now I got to go out and do it again.
Yeah, just buy a new barrel and a new bolt. I mean, if you're riding the trends, like, that's the fucking price that you pay. That's the risk.
But that one guy was like, "Oh, what should I get? I don't know. I'm interested in doing this. What should I get?" And then someone's like, "Oh, this is what's hot right now. Try this." And then he does it, and he's like, "Fuck, this sucks," because it wasn't a cartridge that's been tested out long enough, tried and true. That's just my opinion.
If you don't know what you're doing, you should not be buying hot new cartridges. Go learn on a fucking 308.
Yeah.
Go get the math.
6.5 Creedmoor.
Go get whatever. Okay, 6.5 Creedmoor at this point, sure. But 308, I mean, fucking get a 223 and just learn how to call shots. Hell, learn how to call shots with a rifle that's hard to call shots with. Get a
Yeah,
17 Hornet and go up on a windy hill and learn windage, learn drop. You don't have to shoot long range to learn drop. Shoot a cartridge that's not made to shoot that far. Get a 45-70, take it out 800 yards. There's some fucking drop. Hell, take it to 300 yards. Just a fucking drop.
We were
the drop.
We were shooting 1,000 when I was in Colorado last weekend, and there was a guy shooting 308. And what was that, like a 16-inch drop, Sean, you said that he had?
Oh, no, it's like a 240-inch drop or something crazy.
Yeah, it was feet. The drop was in feet at that point, out to 1,000.
Yeah, 16 feet is probably closer.
Yeah, we were like talking about artillery, just lobbing it in at that distance.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry, man. But
okay.
yeah, and then one more thing, Aaron, you said it's your right. Well, like the First Amendment exists so that the government.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I was just being pedantic.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand. It's just I was just joking around.
Okay, fair enough. Joe S says, looking to do a government-sized 1911 build in 45 ACP. What's your suggestions as far as companies to purchase the frame from? I'm having a hard time finding a 100% frame that doesn't have a rail on it. Kind of looking to do an OG build. Keeping it simple. Any other advice on a build would be appreciated as well. Thanks.
You could. What about
get a Caspian? Brownells used to have them.
Go to Gunbroker and just look for an old beat up 1911 that you can refinish, and rebuild, because there's a lot of this like parts guns out there.
Yeah.
Check out pawn shops. There's a lot of just old guns that may work, may not. This would be a great opportunity for you to smith it up.
What was the company that SDI used to use? Shadow something or other?
No, it was, hang on, I think I have a sticker. Oh no, I moved that thing out of here. God, that Stealth Arms, I think.
Yeah, something like that. They had one without a rail, if I remember correctly.
The watcher suggests, become the true gunsmith and Dremel that thing off, grind it off. If you don't like it.
Yeah, Dremel dig it.
It'll look great. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It'll buff out.
And by the way, like SDI does actually have programs for that. And like our first question was, he's going to finish up his AS from SDI. That's pretty cool. So definitely go check them out at sdi.edu. Aaron, next question.
When you Dremel dig something, does it mean you're taking like the Dremel tool and sticking the little mandrel thing like down your urethra?
Yes, and then just helicopter that shit, bro.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Thank you.
I love it. Yeah, no, man. No. This is why we come. You guys, you both are just a well of knowledge. Drink from it. JW asked. Someone has. JW. That's the name, not a statement. JW. I've been around and used firearms since I was a kid. I'm in my 30s now, and I've never had any formal training other than what I learned from my dad when I was young. That wasn't me coughing. I'd like to get some actual defensive tactical training and was wondering if you had any recommendations in the North Alabama area. Thanks in advance. So there's this place in Alabama. It's run by a group of people who hunt monsters.
Yeah, it's called Cazador.
Yes, Cazador,
Alabama. Monster Hunter International.
Yes, exactly. You might have to do a gut crawl, but you'll be all right. I don't know anything about Alabama.
I don't either. I know we have a lot of listeners in Alabama. You should join the cult and then just.
I know a few things about Alabama, but
right,
brother, sister, mother, father.
Tell like join theguncult.com. We have a lot of cult members in Alabama, or at least a few, so they might be able to help you a little better than we can. Nick, why don't you take the next one?
Okay. Joe Nor says, my understanding is that 9mm, 380, 38 special, and 357 are all, quote, all 9mm. I understand that some are rimmed and others aren't, etc. But in a magical do-all gun, could you, in theory, fit all of the bullets down the barrel? Right? My question is, how do, quote, they decide the names? Why is 380 not just called 9x16 rather than 9x19?
Well, it's actually 9x17.
18, 9x18.
No, 9x18 is macaron. 9x17 is 380.
Oh,
yeah. Jesus Christ, where you were so eager to correct him that 38 special came before 357. So why isn't 357 mag called 38 mag? Where does the 357 come from if the bullet is 0.38 inches in diameter? Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here. So how do they decide names? That's pretty arbitrary. It depends on, it's pretty much up to the designer and the company that releases it. Why is 380 not called 9x16? It, like Jeremy said, would be 9x17. And it's 380 ACP because we don't use the metric system. Let's see, 38 special. Jeremy can correct me on this one, but doesn't the special refer to the powder that it was originally designed around?
38 special was just a bigger version of an older 38. So they called it the 38 special to denote that it was more powerful.
Okay. And the 38 refers to the casing diameter, not the bullet diameter. A 357 mag isn't called the 38 mag because it's a different cartridge. It won't fit in a 38 special. I think they wanted to make it very clear that it was, a different.
The bullet of a 38 is 357, and the bullet of a 357 is 357.
Right. But I think that they didn't call it the 38 mag because they wanted to make it very clear that it was a different cartridge altogether.
Fucking marketing, bro.
Yeah.
Also, by the time that came around, I think we'd gotten away from the convention of naming cartridges based on the case diameter and it's down to the bullet diameter. And in the case of a magical do-all gun, that totally exists. There are revolvers that you can shoot 357, 38 special, and 9x19 through with moon clips. There's also the Medusa? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
There is a revolver that'll shoot like 100 different cartridges or something that are all essentially 9mm projectiles.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. What is the 9x17 Browning that they sell that confuses a lot of people?
Well, there's
380.
Okay. Different names for 380, 9x17, 9mm Kurtz, 380 auto, 380 ACP, 9mm Browning short, 9mm Browning Court, 9mm Quarto, 9mm Browning Quarto. There's a few more and I can't remember them. That's all 380. It's all the same fucking cartridges.
I know. It's freaking hilarious.
And part of that goes back to not wanting to put another company's name on the side of your gun, right? Like, I don't want to put
pretty much
ACP on the side of my gun because ACP is automatic Colt pistol.
All right.
So I'm just going to call it 380 auto.
I'm going to share my screen. Hide my porn.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I had to as well.
These are all 9mm. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's up there.
Okay. 9x17 Browning short. That's a 380. 9x18 Makarov, which is actually a little bit off on this list because it's actually a .36 bullet. 9x18 Ultra. Never actually seen one in person. Don't know what it is. 9x20 Browning long. Some weird thing Browning came up with way back in the day. 38 short Colt. If I remember correctly, that is what the no, that's not the same one. That's not what the 38 derived from because that looks like a healed bullet. But there was a shorter 38 like that the 38 special came from, and that's what special said. 357 SIG. All of these bullets, all of the bullets in this picture are somewhere between I think 355 and 360. 9x29 Win Mag. Like I forget what the parent case is for this son of a bitch, but
it looks chunky.
Right. And like 357 maximum, 357 magnum, and 38. Actually, I think it might have been 38 long Colt because you had 38 short Colt, 38 long Colt, and then 357 magnum. I could be wrong. I don't remember, but there is a transition like that. So all of these bullets are the same caliber. None of them are the same cartridge designation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because like Look at 13, 14, 15, and 16. Look how fucking similar those 4 cartridges are. They have the same fucking case length. They're the same caliber, 9x23, 9x23, 9x23. Like, fuck me. And if you don't know which one is which, you will fucking blow your gun up. And I don't remember which one is the most powerful of those 4. I think it's the Winchester, but I could be wrong. Get fucked, bro. So yeah, 9mm versus caliber versus cartridge. This is actually a whole slide in my basic pistol class.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
What else did he have in there? There was other questions.
It's all these companies that are just trying to introduce a cartridge before they've properly fleshed it out. And then next year they're going to try to make you buy all new stuff to build a new gun to shoot the new cartridge that they come out with.
Wait, are you saying that we just proved Aaron right?
No.
I don't know. Seems kind of like it.
I mean, a lot of those are like old, outdated cartridges that are a result of lots of people trying to achieve close to the same thing all over Europe and the US at around the same time.
Trying to get better with each one. And as Jeremy points out, you could blow yourself up with one. So
and eventually it more or less standardized. Like there are some exceptions where there's like some weird stuff in there that serves a very particular purpose. But yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Remington came up with the 357
All right, awesome. Send us questions. WeLikeShooting.com/DearWLS. That's the place to do it. Aaron, who's next?
Oh, Sean, it's one of my favorite companies because I'm doing a 30-day challenge. You could be doing a 30-day challenge. Jeremy's doing a 38-day challenge. Savage doing a 30-day challenge. You should do a 30-day challenge. Nutrient Survival 30-day challenge. Get a free T-shirt. Use the code. Get some money off. What else should I throw in there?
I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Savage, Jeremy, and Aaron are all doing the 30-day challenge. How's that going?
Well, I'm not as hardcore as I was last time.
It was awesome until the trip.
Right.
Like we were driving down, we had no way to cook food. We were out in the field, and I'm like, you're like, oh, you should have brought a thermos. I'm like, A, would have been nice to know beforehand because I didn't think of that. B, I don't own one. So
I mean,
it kind of just went to shit.
To be fair, Sean did suggest that I bring a thermos of hot water so that I could cook because he's like, that's what I did.
Nobody told me.
Yeah, I didn't tell you because
nobody told me. I just thought,
I don't own a thermos either.
How am I going to eat? So I ordered one off Amazon, and it worked great because I did 2 trips in a row.
Yeah, you kicked ass, dude. So and besides, for me, it's like, okay, I've already done hardcore mode. I know I can do hardcore mode, but we are given cheat days. I used them. I think Savage just pulled ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even know how to mark that shit down.
I just put cheat day or cheat meal. So here's the thing: is we get 2 cheat meals, and you can earn a third cheat. You can earn cheat meals by doing special things. And I've already done one of the special things, so I earned an extra. So I had 3 cheat meals to burn, and I used 4. So it gives you an idea. So yeah,
the whole weekend I was
I'm just a grown man and I do what I want. Like I'll take the hit.
Damn.
I know I'm going to make these points up and these challenges are thrown out at us because I fucking kick ass at the challenges. First challenge was on Wednesday, and we found out the results on Friday. And I want to point out first place did not go to Jeremy. He got second. First place did not go to Savage. He got third. I got first place.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice. So yeah, that's what it is. And we did it just as something we said we do when we were drunk, but now Aaron's doing it again. The rest of the guys are doing it. And I'm going to do 2 weeks here later on this month. It's just like, it's a really good way to reset your nutrition, to like get over your reliance on sugar and salt and all those things. But also like, this is survival food. And I think that's really important when we talk about all this stuff, is not to forget that, like 25-year shelf life for the entrees. Like it's a big deal. You take the cans, you put them away, and when the world ends in the next 8 to 10 months, make sure that you have a plan and that your plan isn't that you're just going to take food from other people, because that's a good way to get murked. So yeah, nutrientsurvival.com, coupon code WLS10 will save you money. It is the best coupon code that they give out only for our listeners. It's time for
Not guns, not gear, just the gang. Hashtag not guns.
Okay. Aaron, what do you have for us?
Oh, not guns. So I was looking at what's new in Netflix this week, and I saw that Snakes on a Plane is now available. So I thought, like, what was the worst airline I've ever flown in my entire life? So I've done a lot of flying. I've been traveling a lot, around the world, which is pretty cool. But the worst airline I've ever flown on, personally, a lot of people like Spirit. No, fuck no. Spirit's is like first class compared to Frontier. When they do the cattle call, like, they don't give you a seat number. They give you like a boarding number if you're in like group 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5.
Isn't that Southwest?
I'm sorry, Southwest. Yeah, Southwest is a shitty one. It's like okay, you're in group 5. You'd be lucky if you could find a seat that's not in the middle and not in the back. So it's bullshit. Southwest, you fucking suck.
Interesting. I got to say Spirit, because they're like, oh, you don't need padding on seats. We'll just put these plastic things in there. Oh, okay, fine. We'll put like 1 millimeter of padding. Like my butt.
I think they actually put anti-padding on there where it actually comes right into you somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you merge with the plastic seat. Nick, what's the worst airline you've ever flown on?
I would say either Spirit or Frontier. I think they're both pretty comparable.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Frontier,
and for the same reasons, they're like, hey, these flights are super cheap. However, by the time you pay for all of the things that are free on all the other airlines, they're not that much cheaper. Also, it seems like our seats are closer together and smaller and have less padding. And yeah.
One of the things that I hate about Spirit is their 40-pound bag limit. So every other airline has a 50-pound bag limit. Spirit's is 40, and that's challenging at best. Jeremy, what's the worst airline you've ever flown on?
I will honestly say South African Air is better than fucking Spirit. Like, it really is. Like, it was more comfortable. And like, I'm pretty sure that dude learned how to fly that morning.
Probably. Were there any chickens on the plane?
3.
Oh shit. I was actually just joking.
No, there were no chickens, but like we walked onto a fucking, like, when your airport has 4 terminals that all lead just to the same spot, like it's terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, but they all just go outside and you walk out onto the tarmac and they like roll the thing up to the plane, which I've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, this is kind of fucking cool. Like, it reminded me of like old school. Like, I felt like Indiana Jones,
Right. Oh man. I don't know. I think, whoa, Tim K says, I don't know why you guys don't just use my NetJet. I mean, just ask. Can I use your NetJet? I don't even know what that is.
What's a NetJet?
It's one of those ones where you like basically have it's on standby for you because you bought it with a bunch of other people. You bought into this, like, you have a subscription based thing.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. No, Krista, don't
fucking we're so goddamn poor. We're just like, that's a thing.
Yeah. I don't even know.
So, all right, listen, I can put up with shitty airlines, but fucking never can I stand a goddamn layover. Fucking listen, no, let me put it to you this way. I had a flight the other day. It was like, oh man, $61 for me to fly from Detroit to Colorado Springs. However, this is me just looking at my own, 2 layovers, 18 hours total trip time, because it flies you to Texas where you have to sit there for like 6 days. And then it flies you to Denver, where you have to wait there for 4 hours, and then it'll fly you to Colorado Springs. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, sometimes we just have to deal with layovers. That's just the way it is.
If you're taking notes, Chris, no layovers.
If it's under 20 minutes, if it's under 20 hours, like, I'll just drive.
Oh yeah, totally. But we don't book 16-hour flights.
Oh,
but layovers,
how long was your flight yesterday?
Yeah, it was a long time because a flight so I had like a 2-hour layover, but they canceled my connecting flight, so I just had to go get a hotel. And you'd think they'd have vouchers or something, but they were like, no, It'd probably be best if you just went and fucked yourself. But
What
yeah,
airline was that, by the way?
so it was American. American's normally great, but
Yeah.
every single flight on this last trip was delayed, or one leg of the layover was delayed. It was
That's the worst.
it was remarkable because American's usually really good, but I've had good experiences on every airline and bad experiences on every airline. And yeah, noted. Aaron loves layovers, and Aaron doesn't decide if he gets layovers or not. Just FYI, whatever's inexpensive is what Aaron gets. Because
And
see,
they call and they say
I have
I'm the Jewish
layovers
guy
too.
here.
I have layovers too.
Well, you shouldn't.
we
You
buy
shouldn't. If it, we what?
Yeah, we buy cheap tickets. That's all
Well,
there is to
maybe one day we can.
Sean is not lying.
it. No, I'm not.
I mean, maybe at some point when
There
the,
was
when the
one time when I was going out to Arizona to see Tyler's family before SHOT Show, and Tyler was flying home, and I was flying from Phoenix to Las Vegas. And I was like, "Hey, Sean, Tyler is leaving on like Friday or Saturday or whatever. So I would like to leave that same day." And he was like, "Okay, sure thing." And then he booked my flight, and it was leaving the next day, which would mean that I would spend an extra day with her parents after she left. And I was like, that's kind of awkward, and I don't really want to do that. So I ended up going and buying my own ticket, which turned out to be $7 more to leave that day.
Yeah, sounds legit.
John literally just sorts by cheapest and then is like, okay.
Oh, I wish it was that simple. You can all talk shit, but someone else has now felt my pain on all this travel booking, and it's fucking terrible trying to get us all to the same place near the same time. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm starting to get pissed off now. All right, it's time for making news. But before we do that, Aaron, who are we talking about next?
You know what, Sean? I'm glad you asked that question.
Thank you.
We're going to be talking about second call defense.
Let's see. I think we have one from listener Kevin C for them. I'm looking. Okay. Yep. It says great resource. Hope I never have to use it. The owner is cool and even gave me his personal number at NRA to contact directly if there was an incident. Great owner. That he's talking about, of course, Sean Maloney, the wonderful, the best, the amazing, the hairless, but not his full body. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, second call defense is awesome. And Kevin says it right there. So WeLikeShooting.com/advertisers is where you can submit your own reviews and get free swag. But also WeLikeShooting.com/SCD to get a free month and a free shirt. Aaron, what do you got for us in the news?
In the news today, Sean, I thought it was really important that we would discuss this item specifically. The Army, no, not the Army, the Navy and the Air Force said, hey, let's put some RFID chips in our firearms so that we can keep track of them. But the Marines were like, no, fuck you. You know why? Because they can be tracked by, yes, us, but also the enemy. So good job on the Marine Corps doing what it's supposed to do.
Not be retarded.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's
not
right.
You know, let's be honest though. The Marines are just going to use that information to find guns to steal from the other branches of the military.
True, probably.
That's actually probably pretty fair.
3.6 is still missing rifles, if I remember.
And some light munitions.
Yeah, so it looks like they were able to detect firearms from over 210 feet away. Because I mean, RFID is generally considered very, I don't know, low distance wise, right? Like you have to scan it. But so 210 feet away is what they were able to recently do using a $500 RFID detection system and an antenna.
Well, I wonder what they're using when they put the how much RFID chips they put in us when we got our vaccines. Just kidding.
All of them.
And then it says,
so in theory, you could set something up in your house that would tell you how many RFID signals were coming and potentially like what those RFID signals, what information they have, right?
yeah.
So you could see like potentially how many people were coming and what branch they were with or something.
No, I think it says
potentially what firearms they have.
Yeah, but like I don't see how any of that's actually very useful. But it says that they could let's see, seems to be overshadowed. The primary benefit inventory check seems to be overshadowed by the fact that a small rifle case size device can spoof the RFID tag information, duplicating it so that a stolen weapon still appears to be in the armory's inventory, when in fact it has been absconded with.
Sneaky.
Yeah, but I don't know how that really. It would help, I guess, with the theft of firearms more than it would help like the enemy. Like, oh, they've got an M4, cool, and then they get domed.
Well, not so much that. I'm thinking like if you're a bad guy and you're worried about, whoever coming and kicking your door down in the middle of the night, you could potentially have like your security guards or whatever hanging out with a little monitor that suddenly goes, lights up and says, "Hey, we detected signals of, 8 guys outside," or whatever.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I totally get what you're saying.
Oh yeah, you don't need motion sensors. You just need RFID sensors.
Yeah, hook it to an Arduino and start setting off lights and alarms and shit.
Right. Or claymores.
Or that.
Or Claymore Roombas.
Yeah, that would be worthless. Actually,
Claymore Roombas.
Yeah, you would just end up blowing yourself up. But
Probably.
Yeah, interesting. What else you got?
Limited edition multicam black K19 plate carriers from Aglite for Sean Heron.
Agilite.
Aglite.
Agilite. Yeah, multicam black. I still think it's cool. I know Nick has proved me wrong, but
no, I think it's cool. I just think it's cool, and I admit that I think it's cool because of the way it looks, not for any real practical purpose.
Totally. Yeah, it's intimidating and it's cool, and that's it.
You know what else is cool?
What?
You guys are pretty cool.
Thanks. You know what else is cool?
What?
You're full of shit, Aaron.
Yeah, the Firearm blog. They provides us with 90% of our news. They're pretty cool.
Speaking of our news, Smith & Wesson is relocating its headquarters to Tennessee.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last Monday, actually.
Okay, I don't remember putting this in the show notes. I think someone else did.
Savage did.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah, we talked about it in WLS Prime.
No, I mean, I don't remember putting it in our show notes for tonight.
Oh.
I don't know why it's there.
Okay.
It was unintentional. How about New Strike Industries long and short M-Lock cable management covers? Now, actually, this is pretty cool. However, I don't think I really want to spend a ton of money when there's a lot of other options out there where you could tape them up, or you could just put some Velcro around it and it holds it in place. Cable management is always an issue when you have a light on the end of your rifle and you don't want that cable just flopping around and getting hung up on stuff. So it is a cool idea. I think there are other options out there that are probably a lot cheaper, but this is if you're all about aesthetics, then this is the way to go.
I completely 100% disagree with you.
Okay.
These are absolutely mandatory for a lot of reasons, especially being kinks and just screwing up your cables and all that bullshit and them getting in your way and wrapping up your fingers. I just recently spent like $85 on a cloud defensive for the Surefire M600 strap on one of my things because the cable was getting in my way. And these are $17.95. So like as far as cable management systems go, so Surefires are expensive, Cloud Defenses is expensive. This is actually incredibly inexpensive if it works well, which it kind of appears to. It looks pretty cool. I am way down with these.
I'm just saying you could also have got a Velcro strip and just strapped everything down.
It doesn't work even near as good.
These or the Man of Defense or any of those like ones that actually go in the rails, dude, they're 1,000 times better.
Yeah, like
than fucking Velcro and all that bullshit. Like they just aren't great. No,
it kind of sucks, and I've actually screwed up several of my cables because you get it too tight, or you get it kinked, or you get it crimped, or it's a pain in the butt. Then you have to cut the zip tie, and then you got to go find your zip ties if you're rerouting something or changing your configuration in some way, and then and put your zip tie back on. Whereas this is just a little M-Lock thing, and you throw it right back on. $17.95 is a freaking steal if they work well, and from all appearances,
I could buy like 100 zip ties for like a nickel.
Okay, so here's the thing. How many lights do you have on your guns that have like multiple cables and things like that? Honestly,
currently, zero.
Okay, perfect. So zip ties are the answer, though, right?
Hey, I've had it in the past, and I've had guns that had the little toggle switch or tail switch or whatever you want to call it, and I use zip ties. Was fine. I didn't die. It didn't get hung up on anything.
And how many times did you go out and train with it?
It was a while ago, but what's your point, Sean?
My point is that you're
What's your
like
point?
coming from an area of like no
I'm
practical
sorry.
application of these things
So,
and saying that it's kind of a waste.
You're right. I'm sorry. I should defer to the expert in this situation.
I'm not an expert. I'm
well,
just
you call me saying I don't know anything. You must know everything.
Aaron,
No.
I know. Listen, I'm being defensive here. I understand,
Yeah.
but I mean, just your tone. You should consider your tone when you start speaking and you say, "You know nothing. I know everything."
I don't know everything.
Okay,
But I have a little bit of experience in it, and I can tell you for sure that zip ties
for sure. 100%.
and Velcro suck ass.
Okay.
Having destroyed
Right.
cables.
Aaron,
Jeremy.
I can't tell. I'm calling Poe's law. I can't tell if you're fucking with him just to fuck with him. I'm telling you, I cannot tell the difference if you're fucking with him just to fuck with him or if you're being serious. Because if what you said is honestly what you feel and not you just getting Sean's blood pressure up, it would show that you actually know nothing
What I'm saying
in
is
that area.
there are other options out there besides
Not
having
good
this-
ones.
No, but not everyone had like $80 like Sean did. These just came out. They're $17. Huge difference. Yes. And I did say that these make a good option. I'm also putting out other options that are less expensive. Velcro.
Motherfucker,
Sean-
just take black electrical tape and just
I did
that'll
mention
get you through. That'll get you through the night. Probably better than about anything else if that's all you got. I'd
Yeah.
honestly rather do that than like fucking zip ties and shit.
I did suggest tape as well. So I mean, I did put that option out there.
Yeah, I think that this is an area of the market that is underserved. That is very very. I'm not going to say necessary. I'm not going to say like you have to have that. I'm going to say it's nicer.
Manta Defense makes ones as well.
Yeah, and being able, especially when you're talking about like putting, IR stuff and lights, and then you've got two cords, and the cords are coming around both sides. Like wire management becomes an issue pretty quick. And I fucking 6 months ago, like I wouldn't have had that experience. But over the last few months, I've been doing a bunch of this stuff, and I realize how shitty existing options are.
So Hodgkin
Yeah.
announces the closure of their GOX facility, which is basically black powder. So there's only one company in the U.S. now making black powder, if I remember correctly. And if you're looking for black powder, go to Jeremy's shop. He's got a ton. Just kidding. Black powder. I've now just become a millionaire in grains of powder.
Yeah. I think they are the only US based manufacturer of black powder, right?
Who's that?
Hodgdon, the GoX
Hodgdon?
powders. Yeah, they're the only one that's actually US. They're the only US manufacturer of black powder that I
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't actually know, but it wouldn't shock me.
I'm 100% sure that I read that in one of the other articles. I don't see it in this one, but I'm 100% sure that's what it said. So, Jeremy, do you think that's, or even Nick, Aaron, do you think that's a big deal?
I mean, it's still available so if the market dries up because they're done, then yeah, it's a big deal. But if the market just fills in the gaps, then no, not a big deal.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, kind of what Aaron said. Like, people shoot black powder, so I'm sure it's a big deal to them. I would imagine that the last company that makes it going out of business would make it more difficult to get stuff in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we do import a lot as a nation, but the problem that I see with this is like, okay, cool. Now an executive order or, some other proclamation upon high from the guy up there, and, they shut down those imports. Like,
Oh, but did you read the whole article?
I did the other day, but I did not read this article.
They're getting rid of black powder and
Yes.
making traditional black powder replacements.
Is that like would that mean like the discs and stuff that you would use?
No,
in a
like
muzzle loader?
777.
Okay.
Or yeah, Pyrex. That's a black powder replacement. Pyrex 777. So at the very bottom it says, speaking with Hodgdon Power Company, they explained that their plan moving forward was to focus on their smokeless and muzzleloader black powder substitute offerings.
Yeah. And
So they're
it does
just
say a
not
lot of
making actual black powder anymore because we have stuff that is a 1-to-1 volume measurement, and with, I mean, it's still just as corrosive, but it's a lot safer to deal with. Like black powder is a fucking explosive. Like it is actual explosive. It's not a propellant. It's a bomb. So yeah, they're not making black powder, but like, who gives a shit? Nobody's probably shooting it anyway, other than like one 80-year-old dude who's so fucking diehard. Like,
Yeah, could be. We'll see where that goes. And it looks like they want to sell it anyway. So I would guess that chances are they're going to sell the business and someone else is going to continue on with that. Aaron.
Yes, Sean.
Who you want to talk about now? You want to talk about cable management some more?
No, I don't need to feel like you're the most superior person in the room. But you know what you should talk about is Patriot Patch Company, Sean.
What about Black Rhino Concealment?
Was that on the list? I didn't see them.
And actually, are they on the list?
No, they're not on the list.
I must have fucked that up. My bad.
Okay. Black Rhino Concealment, Sean.
Well, wait. If they're not on the list, hold on.
Let me look at the other list.
No, you're right.
I know.
I fucked up my board. I'm sorry.
Well, they're not on the other list either, Sean.
Oh, well, then we're going to talk about it right now.
That's what I'm saying. Tell me about Black Rhino Concealment. What's your favorite? What is the best use situation for your cables and Black Rhino Concealment, Sean?
I don't think I have any cables that Black Rhino Concealment solves, actually.
Okay, then I guess you're not an expert in it.
No.
I'm just messing with you at this point.
I know.
Okay, good.
I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Actually, no, I don't have any cables that Black Rhino.
I mean, they could probably make a holster for like if you roll up a bunch of cable management for like, you know, I travel a lot, so I always have like plugs for all my electronics, my phone, my vape, my computer, and I just like kind of guess what I use? I use a zip tie. Put them all together. Sometimes I even use a Velcro band to hold them all together. Crazy as that sounds, but
as crazy as it sounds,
but however, I bet they could make something. But traditionally, they make amazing holsters.
Yep. And Kevin C says that he uses the Heron holster. He says they kill it every time. I love every holster, but they really won me over with the Heron. I'm too lazy to carry a spare mag, and by putting it in the holster, I continually carry a spare mag with no discomfort. So there you have it. BlackRhinoConcealment.com, coupon code WLSMofo will save you money on that. And it is time to wrap this thing up, and then we'll continue on to our other show. So if you're watching live, you get a double dose. That's spelled thusly, UBGRAYEDD, upgrade with 2 Ds for a double dose of We Like Shooting. Sorry, I'm just wasting time until I get to the bottom of the show notes. And yeah, get involved to become an advocate, whatever it is. Make sure your politicians, like if your politician doesn't see your name and start to sweat, like that's a problem, right? Like they're supposed to represent the people. They don't represent the people very often. And make sure that they know your opinion on the topics that are important to you and your community. And that doesn't just need to be about guns. Like actually get involved and send them letters and phone calls and set appointments and like actually make them do their job and remind them, you know, that they're there because their constituents voted them in and put them there. I think that's the thing we should all be doing. And I could definitely take my own advice on that. Suicide prevention line number is 1-800-273-8255, or you can text a message to 741-741. We're here live every week on Mondays and Wednesdays, on demand every single day. Go to welikeshooting.com/show to subscribe. And as we always say, thanks for listening. Get some medical training. And Aaron,
wrap those cables.
Cable management.
Wiki. Roller.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. I wrote Bondage Voyage down for this title.
Whoa, what did I miss?
Obviously a lot.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, or we could call it cable management. Which one, Aaron?
Oh, cable management.
Right.
Because I got my ass handed to me pretty hard in that conversation.
I don't think you did.
I feel like, because I kept fighting it, and I just should have just shut up.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. I think you should have shut the fuck up.
Oh.